Hello and welcome to School of the American Rifle. I'm kidding you guys, that's a joke. That's called a joke. Please don't sue me, Chad. My name is Jeff Cooper's Ghost. In March of this year, I completed Chad Albrecht's School of the American Rifle Master Armors course in Maryland. I'm not exactly going to review the course. I don't really review things, and this isn't really a review channel. Last week, I submitted my renewal paperwork to continue gunsmithing operations with my Type 7 FFL, CRH Customs LLC. I attended Chad's class to expand my knowledge base on the AR-15 and offer the best AR-15 services in my area. I chose Chad's class because I believe he offers the most thorough and comprehensive curriculum on the AR-15 that's available to both consumers and professional gunsmith armorers alike. So I'm going to show you some parts and tooling I acquired after taking the course, and we're going to do a little work on my personal rifle here. Let's go over some of the stuff I acquired. First off, we have a couple of t-shirts from Chad, School of the American Rifle. Most of these parts are staple replacements that are easily broken or lost. Some of them will enhance the life of the rifle when installed correctly. Some of the enhancements we have, I bought these from Chad as well. These are stainless steel spiral roll pins for the AR-15. Standard roll pins are not to be used once removed. These are more durable and can be reused once removed. From Chad, I also bought enhanced gas block retention screws, or set screws. What is enhanced about these is they have a little bit of knurling on the tip of the head. Let's see if we can get that. There's our socket head. And on the other side, you can see there's some knurling that really bites into the barrel dimple to provide a more secure set. My next purchase was from Michigans. I have 100 pairs of optimized carrier key set screws. You can see that there are some notches cut into the outside diameter around the top of that screw, and that's to push in more material when staking the carrier key screws in place. That's part of my inspection enhancement package I'm offering. If your gun has standard screws, they will be replaced with these. Okay, some other staples we have. Sons of Liberty bolt catch spring, Sons of Liberty selector detent, Sons of Liberty selector spring. We have JP Enterprise enhanced ejectors, bolt catch from Luth AR. We have extra gas rings and extra extractor springs. These are from tacticalsprings.com. And from CMMG we also have firing pin retainers. From Brownells we have a carrier key staking tool. This is their basic one. We have 25 bolt catch plungers, from Brownells. Extra carrier keys. No, extra carrier key screws for staking with the Brownells fixture. We have chrome-lined carrier keys from Bravo Company. These came from BCM. These have traditional fasteners with them. And I'll crack one of these open so I can compare it to the optimized carrier key screw. The standard screws have some knurling on the side, but you can see how the optimized ones have those little cutouts on top. Much more secure. Also from Michigans, we have the Pocket Moax tool. This is the mother of all carrier key staking tools. Unlike the Brownells, this counter stakes from the top as well as from the sides. We're going to be using that in this video. One more thing I got from Ned Christensen of Michigans. Same place I got the Pocket Moax from. Let's see if you guys can see that. I don't think you can. This is an extra stout plunger tube for the 1911. In one of my last videos, you guys saw my plunger tube on my custom gold cup. It was a little loose. This is the extra stout plunger tube. It's made with extra material, more material than a GI plunger tube has. It also has 4 posts to secure it into the frame. With this I have, and in here included is the fixture and tooling for installing this. That's another video too. The rest of my stuff inside this box is all duplicates of bolt catches and all those staple spring and screw parts. I'll show you guys some of the tooling I had before I took the course. Oh, I also have the Midwest upper receiver rod. That came from Brownells as well. Not only can you use this to install barrels, you can use this as a gauge to check if your receiver extension is clocked or not. If you push this into your receiver and it doesn't slide right into your barrel extension, it'll slam into it and peen that barrel extension. That's what your bolt's going to do, and this will tell you whether your barrel extension is clocked or not. Some of the tooling I already had. Brownells upper receiver block vise. This is okay. I wouldn't install barrels with this. You can very easily crush a receiver using this if you're not using it properly. I have another fixture from Brownells. This is for hand tuning and hand filing on triggers for a trigger job. This attaches to the side of your receiver and allows you to see what that trigger and hammer fit looks like outside the gun without having to put it together. This is also from Brownells. It's a block that goes into your magwell so you can dry fire without risking damaging your bolt catch or lower receiver. What else do I have in here? I have a mag pull wrench, action wrench, and a couple of other wrenches that came with some different hand guards here. I have those as well. These are for dimpling the barrel under the gas block. I have two different fixtures. One of these offers 6 different spacings for those dimples: 460, 470, 500 thousandths, 450, 420, and 400 thousandths apart. I have another one here. We have 460, 420 thousandths, and 5.5 inch. So it's good to have a couple of tools to do the same thing. I also have the Wheeler Engineering action wrench. Not as good as the Midwest. Okay, let's bring you guys over here. Then we'll get into my personal rifle here. First thing we do before I replace my carrier keys with the optimized carrier screws, I'm going to swap out my KE Arms trigger. I don't know exactly which trigger this is from KE, but I have their selector, anti-selector, and one of their enhanced triggers. What's pretty cool about this, you guys can see I have an empty chamber indicator in my gun. This allows me, what I really like about this KE trigger is that you can go from safe to fire and dry fire with the bolt being out of battery or in the fired position. So it's a very safe way to practice dry firing. I don't even dry fire with magazines in my gun, you guys. So no dummies, no snap caps, no nothing. No magazines at all. This is a very safe way to practice dry fire. Typical firing group, once you pull the trigger and fire, you cannot switch back to safe after the gun's been fired, or dry fired. What this allows me to do is gives me this little click here that's very identical to my real trigger pull. And then I can put it on safe, put it back on safe, put it back to fire, have a dry fire, put it back to safe. And I can do that with an empty chamber indicator. Safe, fire, dry, safe, fire, dry. Pretty cool. What this does not let me do is use a 22 conversion kit. So I'm going to swap out these firing controls to a mil-spec firing control. So let's do that right now. Okay, let's pull our upper receiver. My pivot pins pull out with just finger pressure. Let's put our upper over here. Gonna remove my bad lever. Okay, we're gonna pull my grip off of the lower receiver. Pull some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, we're gonna remove our grip carefully so we don't lose our spring and detent.
Our top story, we're used to seeing fog along Chicago's lakefront, but that haze hanging over the city isn't fog, but smoke. It's coming from wildfires
Now,
in Canada.
that's our selector detent spring. You can see it's a little fucky. I don't like it. We're gonna replace that.
We were not expecting to see that because the predictions had been that we would see some impact, but not that it would get to this level.
There's our detent.
Facebook Live audience to put off outdoor activities as a result of today's smoky conditions. She also said that children, seniors, and other people with respiratory conditions may want to consider wearing N95 or KN95 masks outdoors, as that can help reduce the amount of smoke they take in.
Let's put our lower back into our magwell vise. By the way, guys, I got a new camera fixture for the shop. I've got two of these. I've got one over there for the painting, drafting area, and one over here for the bench area. Very cool. I can get a lot of downward, top-down angles for this without the use of that pesky tripod. Okay, let's pull our Ambi KE safety.
The orchestra says tonight's performance in Millennium Park, though, is still on for now. We've set up a link for more information and a look at the latest air quality figures on our website, WBBMNewsRadio.com.
And due to development in Missouri, we've been reporting on for about a week. The Chicago woman, the prosecutors say, told her 14-year-old son to kill a man who attacked her in a Southside restaurant. The home charges dropped, is now suing the city and police officers involved.
35-year-old Carlicia Hood broke down as she sat with her lawyers in the offices of the Bronzeville Law Group after making a brief statement.
What happened to me was totally unnecessary. Never in a million years would I have imagined being brutally attacked, beaten, and being arrested.
Attorney Brandon Brown. Carlicia Hood was arrested 3 days after the incident, during which Jerome Brown was shot to death by her son. He and Hood exchanged words, and he's seen on video punching her in the head before her son intervened. Mike Krauser, 1059 WBBM.
Well, the public now has access to an excerpt of a 911 call made by an off-duty Chicago police officer who was shot near 2200 West Maple late night. The officer said he was moving a dumpster blocking
Belgium, St. John's Lutheran School won't be offering 2nd through 8th grade next year. They say declining student enrollment and a lot of staff is to blame. The Daily Herald reports the school had only 42 students last year. Officials tell the paper that the school has been working with families to find more schools, with many moving to Emmanuel Lutheran in Dundee.
Traffic globally stop and go for the next few months. Intersection of Greenwood as the new street project is underway. While the symbolic groundbreaking was taken with the 111th Street Streetscape project, work actually began a few weeks ago. 19th Alderman Matt O'Shea. This is an $8 million investment in the community. And I've always said this, if you invest in the street and you invest
Okay, out comes our KE Arms trigger pack.
See that Commissioner Giovanni says the project will make 111th Street more walkable and inviting.
We'll have new wider sidewalks, new curb and gutter, upgraded ADA, disability ramps, upgraded crosswalks that are shorter and better aligned, new lighting, hooray!
Commissioner Biaggi says there are more than 15 streetscape projects in the city that range from planning and design stage to construction. In Mount Greenwood, Words Oil News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It's 3:08 now. Traffic and weather together on the 8th, sponsored by American Weathermakers Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Good afternoon, Neil Pierino.
Good afternoon, Lisa. Welcome back. Hello, Keith. We are pretty jammed up on most of our expressways. We're going to start on the Edens coming inbound, a 25-minute ride now to the junction. Peterson is where your delay is. Outbound traffic is moving along okay. On the Kennedy Expressway, expect 42 to Montrose, an hour drive going out to O'Hare. 54 inbound, 35 off the junction. In the local lanes in the Express, you will save about 4 minutes. Eisenhower pretty packed in on the way out from the scene to 25th. 47 going to Manheim, an hour 5 for the Adams Tollway. Coming in from I-90, 55 minutes and 30 in from Manheim. Stevenson heavy on the way out past to Bryan and past First Avenue, and again from Cass to Lamont Road. 28 if you're going to Cicero, 43 to the Tri-State, 53 minutes to the Veterans Memorial Tollway. Coming inbound here at 42 and 25 between the Tri-State and the South Lakeshore Drive. The Dan Ryan Expressway pretty heavy the whole way out to the split from 31st. That's why it's 45 minutes to get out that way. It's 18 minutes in. Crash gone on 57.
Before we install our trigger and hammer pins, I'm going to apply this synthetic aeroshell grease. This is grease with molybdenum, and what this does is prevent galvanic corrosion against, which can happen when we have steel parts bearing against aluminum parts, or anytime we have dissimilar metals touching each other. What can occur is called galvanic corrosion. And we're just going to take some of that grease and coat our pins with it. Just a little bit.
Also, the beach has its statement. High waves and dangerous rip currents. That's through this evening. And highs staying there for 70s tonight. The low of 60 and clear. It's 77 over here, Midway, and 75 on the lakefront at 69. And the markets today, impressions we have. Dow closing up 212. NASDAQ was up 219. And S&P about 50 and 310.
Audio. It's what you're listening to right now. And you're not alone. If you're a marketer, your clients are listening to. Audio advertising is the new media channel of choice. Learn how audio drives 48% of us to purchase, and hear successful campaigns for brands in auto, fashion, and social media. Visit stateofaudio.com to learn why Odyssey should be part of your next media buy. That's stateofaudio.com.
311 is a working news from Lonsdale. Chicago Police says 16
Gonna put that same grease right onto our hammer pin.
Attorney James McKay says he's surprised the Nieves family is suing because he says there were no damages suffered by the didn't suffer a scratch. Period. Which was shocking that James McKay would say that. Anthony Romanchi is the attorney for the Nieves family, considering that we disagree with the judge. But that even the judge said, I can't imagine if this was my child. Spokesperson for the city of Chicago says the Department of Law will review the lawsuit. Steve Miller, Radio 105. WBB. York City Master Charles and a hit and run accident this morning that killed 2 horses in the West Mesa Road at Utica Pretty Lake. The Boca Rios drove driving with a suspended license and leaving the scene of the incident. The horses had escaped from an influenced car.
Coming up, we've got some air trouble because of Canadian wildfires. We're going to talk about that as well with the 5-day forecast next with AccuWeather. It's 3:13. Moments like my daughter telling me a new job mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with breast cancer, HPV, which is breast cancer that spread to other parts of the body, and maybe even more, I take Ibrance. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
Okay, we have good function on our trigger.
Diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety.
Go and install our mil-spec trigger. Probably should have done that before we put our trigger in. That's okay. We can just do this again. Now that's called a mistake, you guys. Ever make a mistake? Guess what? It happened to me. Oh, look, amazing. That's how it works.
That's going to really limit how much sun we can see for the rest of the day. On the high around 75 degrees, mainly clear for tonight, a low around 60. Tomorrow, partly sunny, a warmer day. High temperature up to 84. And we'll still have some smoke around into tomorrow. There could be a shower thunderstorm late tomorrow into tomorrow night. It's dropped down to a low of 68. Very warm Thursday, also more humid. Breezy with some sunshine. There could be a thunderstorm.
Now, if there's something I definitely learned from this class and just watching Chad's videos, everyone makes mistakes, you guys. All of the best companies make mistakes. It's how you deal with those mistakes and address those mistakes that dictates your character and integrity as a professional gunsmith.
Crabs, the Hawks, they're all but guaranteed to pick 17-year-old Canadian star Connor Bedard. That's sports at 16 and 46 past the hour.
3:18 hours. We update traffic and weather together in the 8 sponsored by Antoine.
Whoops.
Eastbound traffic is heavy from the Ford over to Klein. Looking at the Illinois side on the Edens Expressway, no issues going outbound. You're looking great through the north suburbs, just 15 minutes, 25 coming in. Your backup starts right around Peterson. Head to the Expressway, pretty busy on the way out from the Burn to Harlem. It's 45 to Montrose. Hour 3 getting out to the airport. Heavy at Mount Cumberland, the Ohio Regional to the ongoing work zone. Flat out 53 minutes into downtown from over here 35 off the junction. You save a couple on the Express. Eisenhower to Manheim, 45, an hour 3 to the Jane Addams. 55 inbound, 30 between Manheim and Vernon. Stevenson Expressway, if you're heading down toward Midway, 28 minutes to get to Cicero, 44 to Tri-State, and 57 to 355, 42 inbound, 25 minutes to 294. On the Dan Ryan, expect 45 minutes outbound, 18 inbound, 57 about 18 minutes on either side, 18 out.
There we go. Super clean. Okay. We have good reset, good trigger pull. Let's get our grip back on. Let's get our detent and spring. Let's get a new one.
Cloudy, 77 degrees right now. For the rest of today, breezy with increasing amounts of hazy sunshine with a high of 75. Clear tonight, low 60, partly sunny and warm tomorrow, the high of 84. Chance for an afternoon thunderstorm. On the markets, Dow, S&P, and the Nasdaq, all in the green. It's 320.
Coverage officer in this hour with the air quality situation in much of the Chicago area. Smoke from Canadian wildfires comes down Great Lakes. Public health director Allison Arwani offering some suggestions with people concerned about this.
If you want to pop on your KN95 or N95 mask, out of doors, that can help. With smoke, close your windows, put the air filters on if you have them.
We'll have much more of this story at 3:31.
$100 will be used to equip the CTA's 95th Street terminal with charging and support equipment for electric buses. The U.S. Department of Transportation grant will help the CTA upgrade the substation at 95th Street. The agency plans to install 6 chargers at the station that serves 26,000 passengers on 16 different bus routes each weekday. Last month, the CTA began electric service on the south side on the number 63 bus as part of its conversion to an all-electric fleet. President Orville Carter Jr. says the plan is to prioritize communities that have been historically dealing with poor air quality. Nancy Harvey, News Radio 105.9 WBM.
At 3:21, time for the WBBM Entertainment Tonight.
Michelle Yeoh, Chadwick Boseman, Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, and Kerry Washington are just a few of the stars announced at the Hollywood Walk of Fame class of 2024. Dates for the ceremonies have not yet been set. Jennifer Lawrence denies having an affair with her Hunger Games co-star Liam Hemsworth while he was in a relationship with Miley Cyrus. Lawrence says it's not true and a total rumor. A pop-up Malibu Barbie Cafe is happening at Electric Garden in the West Loop. It features an all-day brunch on a beach-themed patio. There's even a life-size Barbie pop. Find out more at electricgardenchi.com. And we'll look at the latest celebrity news tonight at 6:30 on CBS 2. This report brought to you by Indeed.com. When you're trying to fill in the jobs, you need Indeed. They make it easy to attract and hire quality people.
Let's put on our battery assist device while we're here.
Switch to Boost Mobile and get the Ultra Smooth, Ultra Powerful iPhone 11 for $49.99. All on America's largest 5G networks. Get with the power of Boost to get the iPhone 11 for $49.99. Boost Mobile.
Let's face it, selling a home is stressful, difficult, and costly. From repairs to showing your home to strangers.
Okay, that's our firing control group.
Takes to get to close
installed with the molybdenum grease.
There's an easier way you can use to try it out. Graham Homes will give you a no-obligation, fair cash offer and close on the day you choose. We buy your home completely as is, no repairs whatsoever. Dig the home if you want, no need to stress. That's to us. Call or visit GrandviewHomes.com.
Riley Benjamin, Penny Mustard is my best friend.
You're best friends with a bedroom?
Don't be fooled by Riley's sweet, soft, gentle curves. She can be singing lullabies 1 minute and preparing for battle the next.
Riley is the opposite of cookie cutter. Can Riley be my BFF too?
Come meet the Riley Bedroom Collection. Sophisticated
Okay, that's the lower. Let's go over
starting at $91.44.
the carrier key.
So nations run Chicagoland.
PennyMustard.com.
Wall Street rallied. The Dow rose 212 points. The Nasdaq gained 220. The S&P 500 up by 50. Ford Motor is
Let's take a look at this guy.
salaried workers this week to boost profits and lower costs. The automaker is cutting engineering
We
jobs
have
involved in electric vehicles, traditional combustion engines, and commercial vehicles.
typical screws here, holding the carrier together.
That the unit would see an 8% return by the end of
They looked
2026.
well staked.
The goal is to build 2 million EVs a year by then, as Ford and its competitors
We're going to
ramp up
disassemble this.
Walgreens has slashed its earnings forecast as its push into healthcare slowed and reduced spending
And replace the screws with the
profits. Your Philly-based Walgreens is also seeing
MOAX
the consumer environment.
and
Walgreens
optimized
is
carrier key screws.
primary care locations, partnering with health insurers
Well, let's go.
clinical trial recruitment. That division posted revenue of $2 billion in line with forecasts.
I'm going to take our upper receiver out of the vise.
From the Bloomberg Newsroom, Pancakes News Radio 99 WBBM. Check in with traffic and weather coming up at 3:25.
Experiencing low water pressure, rusty yellow water,
And disassemble our bolt.
so low that showering is difficult?
Honey, don't flush. I'm in the shower.
These are all symptoms of clogged and corroded galvanized water pipes that are filled with gunk older than you. You should see it. It's disgusting. You drink it, brush your teeth with it, and bathe in it. Yuck. For your family's sake, repipe your home with quality PEX or copper pipes from All Affordable Plumbing. We're your local family-owned and operated repiping expert. We can repipe your home in 1 to 3 days with minimal disturbance, and we include a lifetime guarantee. And for a limited time, we're offering 12-month no interest, no payment financing and a free water heater. So if you have low water pressure, call for a free in-home estimate at 800-NEW-PIPE or visit allaffordable.org. That's 800-NEW-PIPE or visit allaffordable.org. If you have low water pressure, a copper repipe will get you.
Let's do a quick test with our bolt to see how
New pipe. That's 800-NEW-PIPE.
Delivery's at the door. Can someone please unlock? It's been
our gas ring condition. We're going to check gas ring condition here.
love to host Mermaid Fest.
We can do this with firing pin remove. Let's go over to the vise over here.
800. That's a lot of nails. 50 can help with your great move fast.
And we're going to see if that carrier holds up under its own weight. It does. It's not coming down. So our bolt rings are fine. This gun probably has under 1,000 rounds. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work fine.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do. So great ideas can happen now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com.
Okay, can you guys get a good view of that? Looks like you can. We're going to do a reverse torque test on these screws. I'm going to start at 20 pounds and then go to 30. This checks if the carrier skis are either broken or torqued below spec. Let's see if we can find that head. Pull our torque wrench.
Now traffic and weather together on the 8th, sponsored by Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago.
Okay, here we have 20 foot-pound set, inch-pounds. Crank it up to 30. Okay, so they are not broken and they are well torqued on. Let's get those off and see what the condition of, let's see how well sealed the bottom of the gas key is. And those are tight. These were very tight.
3:30, good afternoon. I'm Lisa Bueller. That's not a campfire you smell outside your home. It's smoke from wildfires hundreds of miles away, and it's causing some real breathing problems.
Across the country, the problem isn't fire.
This is Mike Krauser, complaints against CPD officers.
That was really tight. I wonder if you guys saw the spark come off of that when we broke that stake.
And we know we'll be spinning the wheel of fortune next year. Wall Street closed in the close column. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 212 points. The Nasdaq closed up 220. I'm Yankee.
Okay, let's take a look under the carrier key here.
Degrees at 3:31.
Hard to tell if that was, I believe that was red Loctite. It doesn't look like they used any sealant under here. Kind of hard for me to tell.
Chicago's air quality is so bad.
But this was very well installed. I don't see any gas leaking around the gas hole either.
Dr. Nimi Rajagopal, Associate Chair of the Department of Family and Community Medicine at Cook County Health, says poor air quality can seriously impact people with lung conditions. That's because as they breathe, small particles of debris and smoke from the Canadian wildfires can become embedded in their lungs. For advice, monitor air quality via websites like airnow.gov. Stay inside if possible.
Just gonna clean that recessed area a little bit.
Mike Martinez, News Radio 105.9 WBBM. And we want you to know more about the wildfires that are causing our smoky conditions. So WBBM talking specifically today to Nicholas Baigno, who's a spokesperson for the Forest Protection Agency in the Canadian province of Quebec. He says more than 1,200 firefighters are now working to put out 77 active fires, 28 of which are out of control.
Most of them over the last few hours actually didn't progress that much because it's been raining for a few hours territory, especially the west part of the province.
Authorities have evacuated about 1,500 people from the area around the fires, which have consumed nearly 3 million acres of land. AccuWeather will have an update on our air quality alert and the rest of our forecast coming up at 3:38.
Okay, let's get a couple of our optimized carrier key screws. And we're going to check fit on these inner holes. They should screw down all the way.
Temperatures are taxing the Texas power grid.
So our screws tighten all the way down. That tells us our threads on our bolt carrier group are pretty good.
Was arrested 3 days after that incident during which Jerome Brown was shot to death by her son. Luke was arrested 3 days. Brown and Hood exchanged words, and he's seen on video repeatedly punching her in the head before her son intervened.
It's 3:34, and a biggest Russian was from the alleged weekend of black mercenaries in injury amusement and no harm to the man who was leading it. Yevgeny Prigozhin, there's word that Russian backed webcam. He's not resting his heels in the overtowers. In the meantime, Russia's defense ministry is asking for mercenaries to handle.
We're going to take these vice jaws out. We're going to hold our MOAX right in the group. Some aluminum jaws on there. Now our bolt is going to go right in there. Just like so, and we're going to position it with our new carrier key in place. Let's grab one of those new Bravo companies. Now we're going to check how flat the bottom of that carrier is. We're going to stone the bottom of it and see how much flat we're dealing with there.
Celebrate freedom and savings. All furniture and bedding are up to 30% off. But that's not all. With any purchase of $2,500 or greater, you'll receive your choice of amazing American-themed vacation getaways for two. Visit 5-Star Furniture in Arlington Heights, Salon, Burbank, Ridgeview, and Merrill. Or online at 5starfurniturestore.com. Limited time offer, terms and conditions for details. Now, the lowest gas prices from News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Sponsored by PacUFord.com. Last of the new 2022 Ford models must go. Get 0.9 financing for 66 months. Plus huge bonus cash on select models. Plus PacUF Ford's lifetime warranty.
If you see a lower price, you can call us at 312-409-4277.
38. Traffic weather together on the 8th. How are the roads, Neil?
Well, the road to avoid is definitely 8094. We have troubles on
You guys can see some of that is coming off before the rest of it, so we kind of have a high spot.
You might want to use the toll road or US 20 to avoid that. Eastbound traffic jam up from the 4 to Grand. Moving roadwork is the seatbelt lanes. Looks like crews are doing some pothole patching in that area. And because of the crash on the 8094 westbound in Central, we really jammed up through Portage along I-94 headed westbound. On the old right side with the Edens first, inbound 27 minutes, outbound 5 at 15. On the Kennedy Expressway, expect 48 going to Montrose. Hour 6 drive out to the airport. 53 into Mohair, 37 off the junction. In the Express, you stay from out 3. Eisenhower pretty busy outbound from Racine all the way to 25th. 45 will get you to Manheim and hour 3 to the Adams. Brake lights coming in from North Avenue to 294. Manhattan to past Harlem and then from Westford into downtown. 55 minutes in from 90, it's 30 from Manheim. Stevenson up to 32 down Cicero, 47 in the Tri-State. We've reached an hour at 3:55. 45 inbound, 27 in from 294. On the Dan Ryan, 45 out, 18 inbound. 57 playing on about 18.
Okay, you guys, I'm pretty happy with that. That is pretty flat and true.
Looks pretty good. You saw the Lake Shore Drive southbound.
What I'm going to do is put green Loctite on the bottom of this, on the top of our bolt carrier group here, or carrier key slot. I'm just going to seal that as well as we possibly can. Okay, I'm just about to run out of battery here, guys. I'm going to charge this thing up and come back and we'll install this thing. Okay, guys, I've cleaned and degreased the bottom of our carrier key and the top of our bolt carrier group. Before we put our optimized carrier screws in, we're going to seal this with green Loctite.
Tomorrow we'll have some hazy sunshine, a high of 84. Now we could see a shower or thunderstorm late tomorrow or tomorrow night. Low tomorrow night down to 68. As we head into Thursday, breezy, very warm but more humid day. With some sun, there could be a thunderstorm that's going to bring some damaging wind gusts, hail, or flooding downpour, a high of 88. And for Friday and Saturday, clouds and some sun. There will be the risk for a thunderstorm both days. But a lot of the time will be dry into Friday and Saturday with high temperatures in the lower 80s. 75 at O'Hare right now, 73 at Midway, 76 at Naperville, 68 at the Lakefront. We're going down to a low near 60 later on tonight. I'm active with the meteorologist Brian Thompson.
4:16, time for sports now. Major League Baseball says the Cubs-Phillies game at Wrigley still on tonight as league officials monitor the hazy, smoky conditions that everyone's talking about today. The game is scheduled to start just after 7 tonight. Several MLB games out east were canceled earlier this month for the same reason. Wildfire smoke coming from Canada. If the game's canceled, we'll let you know. If it does happen, of course, you're going to hear it on our sister station, 670 The Score. Meantime, White Sox in LA tonight. Two-way superstar Shohei Ohtani pitches for the Angels. Michael Kopech on the mound for the Sox.
I'm going to put just a little bit of oil
The Blackhawks have just released the schedule for the upcoming season. WBBM
on these screw threads so that we can get a wet torque measurement when we torque down.
Assuming the Blackhawks draft him first overall tomorrow, won't come until at least October 21st in Game 6 of the regular season. 5 on the road to start for the Hawks, beginning on the 10th of that month in Pittsburgh. But more than half of the Hawks' home games are on weekends, not weekdays, including 7 Saturday games, more than they've played in any. January 28th and March 3rd, the Hawks have 10 home games and only 1.
We use our torque wrench and tighten to 30 inch-pounds.
NASCAR driver Jimmy Johnson will not race this weekend in Chicago after his in-laws and an 11-year-old nephew were found dead at their home in Oklahoma. Police say the situation is being investigated as a murder-suicide. And in the NBA, the Trailblazers say they remain committed to building a team around Damian Lillard. He's been the target of trade rumors this summer. Sports at 16 and 46 past the hour.
And for traffic and weather together the gate sponsored by Cass.
Going to wipe away any excess
Couple of crashes we're keeping
green
an eye on.
Loctite we have.
Expressway inbound 1 before Peterson, blocking 2 left lanes. Stop and go traffic from Dempster because of it. A 42-minute ride to the Kennedy from Lake Cook Road. You might want to use Skokie Boulevard into Cicero as an alternate. A new crash now on the Dan Ryan inbound right around Cermak. Really heavy traffic from 31st. 2 right lanes are down at Canal Port. 22 minutes in, 45 minutes outbound. Along the Kennedy Expressway.
Now, before we stake, we're going to check gas tube alignment.
You do save about 5 minutes in the Express. On the Eisenhower, 48 minutes to Manheim, an hour 9 to the Jane Addams. Hour inbound, 34 minutes from Manheim.
We're just going to take our upper
Half hour to the Cicero exit, 47 to the Tri-State.
and
It's an hour
slide it in
47 inbound, a half
and see if anything jams up.
over on 57, 18 minutes either way. There's more wide open on both sides.
Get our carry handle out of there.
Pretty busy southbound from Navy Pier to Roosevelt. NASCAR set up blocking the left lane and tons of closures already through Grant Park. Heavy from 53rd to Hayes to the work zone in that area. Jackson Park. Northbound the lane from Soldier Field to
No binding.
Navy Pier over Chicago Avenue. Pretty typical delays along the Tri-State
Now let's go over to our vise and look at our pocket moax fixture. We're going to slide it in from the back. Now we're going to take our included wrench and we're going to index our staking position by aligning our carrier key screw with this top hole. Okay, there it is, it's in place. We're going to tighten these down until they get contact, and then turn 1 1/4 turns. Both of them are hand tight. Let's see if you guys see that good. So, we're going to go 1 turn. We have our small leg sticking straight up. We're going to turn clockwise. 1 turn. I want more leverage. I'm going to turn another half turn, a quarter turn. Tighten down our fixture here. 1 1/4 turn on that side. We're going to back it out. Start with our wrench at 12 o'clock here. Turn clockwise, 1 full turn. Let's use our long end here. That's 1 turn, 1 1/4 turn. Back out our screws. And let's take a look at how that first stake looks. You guys, I think this thing is staked so hard that I can't get my bolt carrier out. I'm going to tap it out. Now the instructions say that if any of the side material gets displaced, to file that off. And that's what we've got right there. That's why that was so tight in the tool. See if we can get a shot of that. You can see that is sticking up right there, right on the side. That was enough to keep the carrier from coming out of that tool. That's a solid stake. So I'm going to file that right off, and then we'll do the back screw. Actually, let's do the back screw right now, and then we'll file off any more that needs to be.
prices fell slightly from a year ago. Limited inventory in the home resale market, boosting sales of new homes. Government says the home sales jumped more than 12% last month, the fastest pace in over a year. It was the third consecutive increase. Hopes for a strong economy overshadowed fears of higher interest rates and sent stocks higher. Dow Industrials rose 212, the S&P added 50, the Nasdaq gained 220. Striking machinists and aircraft component maker Spirit AeroSystems have agreed on a new contract. The deal, which still faces a ratification.
Finger tight.
Could end the strike that threatens to disrupt manufacturing.
Let's go 1 1/4 turn.
Business at 23 and 53 from the Bloomberg Newsroom.
Starting at the 12 o'clock position here. Oh, you guys can't see that. Okay, here we go. Staking our back. Start at the 12 o'clock position here. Let's go 1 full turn. And a 1/4 turn. Starting with the other side at 12 o'clock up here. We go 1 full turn. And 1/4 turn. And we'll back those off. Let's see how well it comes out. Looks like it's displaced a little on the side. Having a hard time getting it out. Let's tap it out. Now those are some beefy steaks, you guys. But we want to take care of that metal on the side. It might hang up in our upper. Going to gently touch those little burrs we had. See how well it fits back in the pocket Moax. Give you guys a view of that. It slides right in and out. Just fine. Now, this pocket Moax tool allows you to also counterstake the top of the screw. And the way that we do that is by putting in this other stake, taking screw into this offset right here. What we're going to do is locate our first one with our screw here and tool. Okay, so I hope you guys can see that.
This is Mike Krauser. A Lake Park man has been charged with traffic offenses after police say he killed
What we're going to do is index. We're going to counterstake our forward screw here. So what I'm going to do is locate our screw by putting our wrench into the back here, our back carrier key.
Smoke from the Canadian wildfires pushed Chicago's air quality to the top of the list of worst air quality in the world, according to the World Air Quality Index. Dr. Nimi Rajagopal, Associate Chair of the Department of Family and Community Medicine at Cook County Health, says that could be dangerous for those with certain lung conditions, including asthma, COPD, or any recent lung infection, including from COVID or RSV. There will be small particles in the air, so it's debris, it's smoke, it's pollution. So we're all breathing in these little particles. And for most of us that are otherwise healthy, we'll be
So now you guys can see the staking tool coming from the top. See if you guys can see that. It's going to come through there.
If you have to go outside, limit your time and wear an N95 mask. Mike Martinez, News Radio 1059 WBBM. More than 1,200 firefighters are working right now to put out the 77
And stake
fires in the Canadian province of Quebec, which is the source of
the top of our carrier screw.
Nicholas Vigno is spokesperson for the Regional Forest Protection Agency. He tells WBBM exclusively today that 90% of the fires currently burning were sparked by lightning strikes generated by a massive storm system back on June 1st.
The lightnings actually just arrived in a single day, 123 hours within 12 to 18 hours.
Yes, he said 123 fires in less than 18 hours. Since they started, the fires have consumed nearly 3 million acres of land, and that's roughly equal to the area of Cook.
Okay, we're going to use one full turn for this after we're tight.
We posted updates on relief centers and information to help you stay safe from the smoke at WBBMNewsRadio.com.
Texas and across the South, millions of people are seeking shelter from extreme heat.
record-setting heat waves throughout its first spring week in Texas. Triple-digit temperatures and a dangerous heat index.
They get something over 100 degrees, 70 years old, takes a toll. My kids can only go out like at 8 in the morning and past 6.
Okay, let's see what that looks like.
Heat also means record high electricity demand. The state's newly revamped power grid has been opened up so far. In her office, the chief meteorologist for KRLD Radio in Dallas. No relief.
Very good.
Widespread heat advisories and excessive heat warnings are in effect for many major cities. Chris Fox for CBS.
Let's go to the next screw. This one we have to do by eyeball.
Killed 2 horses early this morning in a pickup in unincorporated Great Lake, and then left the scene.
The horses were discovered dead on West Casey Road at about 1:30 a.m. Sheriff's deputy. According to the sheriff's office, was totaled. Still, the man alleged to be driving made the roughly
And one full turn.
police officer saw the man removing items from a heavily damaged Nissan Frontier pickup on Judy Lane. The sheriff's office says it was determined that the man, identified as Gabor Carrillo,
Okay, let's check that.
injured in the crash and was taken to a hospital. He's charged with driving under
Super nice. We're not going to test fire this. We got to let that dry. Staked on both sides and counter staked.
That's why we know this will work here. We know it'll work. We saw what happened in places like London. Here at home, as the Chicago Transit Authority continues to convert its bus fleet to electric vehicles.
Okay, let's put the rifle back together.
To power them, the CTA will install 6 pantograph chargers at the 95th Street Dan Ryan bus terminal and upgrade the electric there. It's thanks to a $25 million grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation. Mayor Brandon Johnson says the funding is critical as the CTA works to reduce carbon emissions in disinvested communities. The station is a hub for 16 bus routes that serve about 26,000 passengers each weekday, and the upgrades mean it will be able to host an e-bike charging station. Ian Seymour, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Traffic and weather coming up. It's 4:35.
Create your perfect summer with a new pool from The Greatest Game. Buy now and save hundreds with extra cash discounts, plus free installation valued up to $15.
Your home is the place where you know your loved ones are secure. The things that keep your home protected. Can't keep pests at bay. That's where RAID comes in. For 60 years, RAID scientists have worked to protect people around the world with trusted research, ingredients, testing standards, and product efficacy. RAID seeks to create a better future for all, especially the ones you love most. RAID, protection for all.
Brandon buys homes. Hi, I'm Tom Delich. Do you want to sell your home but dread the time and the cost to do the repairs? Hate the idea of showing your home to strangers day and night? Is the stress of the months it takes to sell your home just too much to take? And if that isn't enough stress, what are you going to do with the 20 years of belongings you've accumulated? Selling your home doesn't have to be so darn difficult, so painfully stressful, or take so long. There's an easier way, and you have nothing to lose to try it out. Grandview Homes will give you a no-obligation, guaranteed, fair cash offer in as little as 48 hours. We buy your home completely and leave the stress and the mess to us. Grandview Homes is A+ accredited with the Better Business Bureau. See what our customers are saying about us on the BDC website. Sell your home as is today. Call the name you know and the name you trust. GrandviewHomes.com.
The lowest gas prices from News Radio 105.9 WBBM. Sponsored by PackingWeb4.com. Will last 2022 F-150s must go. Get 0.9 financing for 66 months and 2,000 bonus cash on select models. Plus PackingWeb Rewards Lifetime.
Like beef Pacifico in Central Market for milk down to $3.94 a gallon, and Elgin gas for $4.04. If you see a lower price, give us a call. 750-09.
Great.
4277.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the likes and the subs. If you're in Illinois, or you're willing to ship me your rifle for AR15 work, hit me up, you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes and the subs. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Chad, thank you for offering your armors classes. Ned Christensen, thanks for offering your services and tools and components. That's about it, you guys. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes and the subs. Stick around, you guys.